Hey everyone. So I wanted to pop on spontaneously because I know the energy right now on the planet is a bit overwhelming. Today is the eclipse. Tomorrow is the equinox. Tomorrow is the full moon. And it's a convergence of so much energy. And I know for many of us, it can feel incredibly emotional and overwhelming. A lot of people are dealing with severe health issues, are having problems with their family, or having difficulty in their relationships. And it's tough. It's really, really tough. So, I wanted to get on and just let you know you're not alone. So if you feel like you're walking through quicksand and you try to do things and you can't get them done, or you're just bursting out in tears for no apparent reason, or you feel like reality is sort of starting to feel surreal and you don't even know what's real anymore, everything is just shifting. You are not alone. Trust me, you are not alone. So, everyone that I talk to on a personal level or in our community is going through so much because we really are here at a choice point. And this is the time to pull out our tools of all the things that we know to do that and bring them really into focus. So it's easy to get caught, especially in algorithms, in even here, right, on YouTube or on Instagram or social media, and it can start swirling us down a rabbit hole. The algorithm starts to mirror and reflect our own vibration and where we're at, and it can kind of take us sometimes off kilter. And I really want to encourage you guys to pull away from that, to get off of it, to step back from it, because especially if you tap into something that has a bit of a dark energy or is promoting fear or talking about the end of times or prophecies that are destructive or horrible things coming with AI and the end of our civilization or us being programmed and all of this, and we give that energy, we amplify that, and we're creating that because our capacity for creation right now is so powerful, so strong. And so, as always, where we put our energy and attention is what grows and amplifies. But even more during this time that we're in right now, it's so profoundly intense. So, anything that you can do to disconnect from the algorithms, from the black box, and get outside is essential just to like breathe. I've been just kind of getting on my bike. I got a new bike and just going by myself for a long bike ride. Sometimes I just want to like put my hands up in the air like a little kid and feel free going down the hill. And other times I just bursting into tears because the energy is so much, right? And it feels like we're carrying on our shoulders so much the weight of the world because there's so many things that are happening that are heartbreaking. And at the same time, we have to really deeply embrace all the beautiful things that are happening in our lives and place our energy and our attention on the gratitude for today where I live. It's absolutely beautiful and there's butterflies and the fall leaves are starting to turn and the air is crisp, right? And my beautiful family is around. So really focusing on all the wonderful things that are happening and tapping into that. The eclipse itself, I guess, takes place in a couple hours from now. And it's just coming in. And then on top of that, we have this interstellar energy that's coming in. People are speaking a lot about the AI A1 Atlas and more energy. And Raphael has been talking to me about that, and that is one of many of these interstellar galactic frequencies that are coming onto the planet. And that's affecting us, right? And then we have a new moon tomorrow and we have the equinox. So no wonder you're feeling like, what the hell is going on, guys? It's to be expected. So pull out your toolbox, whether for you that's doing yoga in the morning or some breathing or going for a bike ride or taking off your shoes and taking a walk barefoot out in the woods. Turn off your phone, just leave it. like say, okay, I'm just turning it off. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to talk to it. I'm not going to connect with it till tomorrow. Turn off your computer, get outside, go have a picnic, climb a tree, go to a playground and get on a swing, feel like a little kid, go for a bike ride. Whatever it is that you can do, maybe get out some paints and draw, put on some music, dance, move the energy through your body, connect with people that are important to you in your life. Tell them how much you love them. Don't hold back. It's also a lot of energy around expression. And so everything is up, right? Everything is up. Contracts, soul contracts, how we interact with people, the roles that we play in our lives, our job, our career, our purpose, where we live, why we live where we live, if we want to keep living there, the relationships that we're in, why we're in them, if they're positive, if they're negative, if they're amplifying more love, or if they're dragging us down. All those things are up right now for assessment, to review. Who shows up for you in your life? Who bails on you? Who can you count on? Who can you not? Why, like, what are your values? Who do you want to show up? Who do you want to be in this world? Where do you want to put your energy and attention? How much energy and attention are you giving to places where you're getting nothing back? It's just a blank wall, like you're giving, 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 and it's just nothing coming in return, right? Those relationships are going to come to a close because they are not sustainable. So anything that is not sustainable, that is not in alignment with you moving forward on your highest path, your highest vision, is up for review. So it's sort of like, if you worked for a corporate company, which I've never done, but you go in for your quarterly review and they assess where you're at. That's energetically what's happening. And so it's sort of like you're on your computer and all your tabs are open, which mine are now, and you have to really look at them and close them and narrow them down because we're rebooting. So the rebooting is tomorrow. Thank God. Oh, like, can we just get through this eclipse? Can we just get to tomorrow? We're going to be okay. So tomorrow is a new moon, right? And it's also the equinox. So the equinox is the balance of the light and the dark coming back into harmony, coming into center, the 12 hours on either side, the 0 point, the new moon vibration, the planting of new seeds. So we're going to get together as a community tomorrow at 11:11 a.m. We're going to pass through that portal of that equal energy of the 1212, which is the 24. And we're going to unlock 24 keys of these beautiful goddess energies to embody creation. And we're going to step into this very loving, motherly energy, which I was working with last night. And the Divine Mother was present. And I was actually even feeling this beautiful womb space of my own mother, who gave birth to 5 children, me being the baby of the 5, and her space of holding that, and then me holding my space. And then I fell back into the arms of the cosmic mother, and she just embraced me and was like, "Ah, all of creation is even coming up for review." And if you think just our planet is going through this process right now, you've got something coming, because it's not just us. This is happening on a universal level, on planets in distant galaxies, right? So the entire universe is propelling rapidly forward and moving. And as that's happening, the division, the separation, the outbreath that we've been in for so long, those fragmented pieces are all surfacing, and all of our stuff is rising up and it's coming up for review, and it's like in your face. You got to look at it, and you can't hide or push it under the rug or turn away from it. You have to look at it, share it, express it, and get it out there. So we're tomorrow going to gather in this beautiful cosmic motherly energy. It feels very much to me like Mother Mary vibration, that sweet, divine, loving, unconditional frequency is just going to hold us in a blanket of some pink light, which we could really use. And then we're going to bring in all these different aspects of ourself, very divine, feminine aspects that have been suppressed, that have been underneath the surface, that are coming up, and we're going to embrace them and embody them and feel fully into them and kind of wake up in these different aspects of ourselves to integrate these parts that we have denied or haven't looked at for a really long time. So my feeling is it will be a profound activation. Probably a bit emotional, but valuable and important. And that activation will be tomorrow at 11:11 a.m. And all of you are obviously, I'm sure most of you listening to this are already registered, but if you want to come, there's still time. You can do that. So please, begging of you, don't make any harsh decisions today. Turn everything off. Take good care of yourself. Maybe take a nice hot bath, or get in some water. Connect with the water. Water is so key, so important. Get outside. Turn everything off. Last night I kind of went down a rabbit hole on YouTube. I was looking for something, and it led me into this video that had some sensational headline, which we know, is the deal, right? And it kind of it pulled me in. I was listening to, and it was really dark about you know 5G and 6G, and then how we're being deeply programmed by the algorithms and how our brains are being taken over and we don't want to get chipped and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that is exactly what we don't want to do. And I did it. I fell for it. I only fell for it for about 10 minutes, but it was enough to infiltrate my consciousness and kind of shift my frequency. And it's really not good. So don't go down that path. If you see some headline and you're like, oh, I wonder what that is, because you're feeling unsteady right now, right? We're in these times of great uncertainty, and it's natural to want to know what's going to happen, or is something going to happen next week, or what's going to happen in September, or what's going on with humanity. And we click on things outside of ourselves because we think somewhere out there there's this answer that's going to tell us, or that's going to make us secure. Then somehow we're going to be in the know, or we're going to feel better, or we're going to be able to control it. The one thing I can tell you is we cannot control what is happening, but we can control how we are responding to it. And we can control if we can release our control and surrender to the divine, to the I am that I am presence, to our absolute highest self on our highest timeline, the highest frequency. And as Raphael has said over and over and over and over, hold the vision. So, what is your vision, right, for the new earth? What is your vision for your life? What is your vision moving forward? Because here is the timelines. Here they are. Here are the choices. We have these choice points, and we can get sidetracked and pulled into a fear tunnel. It's like a spiraling tunnel of energy. It's like a black hole, right? It's just sucking us in. And or we can steer through our consciousness, through our intention, through our thinking, through our thought process, through our visionary ideas of community, collaboration, unity, love. And so, does that mean that we're not going to go through a really intense time? No, I think we are. I think we're in for kind of a ride, right? But can we ride the wave? Can we surf the wave? Or are we going to just be tumbled by it and just barely get up and get knocked over and knocked over again, which is an option. And that happens when we're not steady on our feet, when we're not focused in the direction we're going in, when we're not clear on why we are here, what we are wanting to do. We can just get pummeled by those heavy waves of energy that are bombarding the planet right now. So I'm just inviting you guys to take all the tools in your basket from all the years and all the work, whether it was with me or with someone else or on your own, or the reading or the looking or the searching or everything that you've done for so long, and apply them now. Don't get swept up in the negativity that, yeah, things are crazy out there. They're polarized, they're violent, they're nuts. People have gone like bonkers, completely lost a sense of humanity and centeredness, of compassion, love, and understanding for one another. And the thing that drives me crazy is I'll hear things about like Christianity or the teachings of Jesus, and in the next breath, they're like down on their brothers and sisters, right? So we have to go back to those core teachings, and those core teachings are love thy neighbor, love thyself, right? Love your enemy. And Raphael says over and over and over and over again, we have to come together and see the divine in one another on the left side, the right side. If you're black, if you're white, if you're in one country or you're another, on this side of the border or that, or this side of the war, this other side of the war, and find this space because energetically from a larger perspective the whole idea is divide and conquer. Why we're being distracted and angry at each other and creating all of this division and pitting against one another, there's something else much deeper going on. And so don't get caught up in the fray because then you're just feeding into the machine. You're just feeding into and amplifying an energy that is trying to literally come after you. And so when you're in your sovereignty, in your divinity, in your truth, really clear who you are, why you're here, what your focus is, what your vision is, keep coming that back to that, then you can hold steady. And as those waves pummel you, you stand strong in them, or you dive directly into them, or you are able to surf them, but you're not just being knocked over all the time. So, basic tools, right? Nothing you don't know. But are you doing a gratitude journal when you wake up in the morning? What are you grateful for? Are you, before you're going to bed, clearing your mind? Okay, these are the things that happen in the day. Can I surrender and let them go? So you're not processing all that during the night. Then are you getting really clear in the direction you want to go? And are you opening up your third eye, your pineal gland, visualizing, okay, what are the steps I need to take tomorrow to stay centered? And what do I have to do? And then see yourself doing that so that you can implement that on the next day. Widening your peripheral view, your vision to see a much larger perspective and not getting funneled into an algorithm of one tiny way of perceiving things. It's black and white. There's this huge gray area going on here. And we can't get caught in this polarized vibration of they're wrong, I'm right, they're wrong, I'm right. Because that's exactly what, from a even higher perspective, is being formulated and asked of you to do, because that disconnects you from your own sovereignty, from your own divinity. So, can we see the perspective of others? Can we love our enemy? Can we love our neighbor like ourselves? Can we take good care of ourselves? So this morning I got up, I did my breathing, I did my yoga, I took my cold plunge. And yeah, there were all kinds of things I wanted to do before that. There are people I wanted to call. There was somebody at the door. There were distractions. My husband needed something, right? But I'm like, no, I'm going to do what I have to do first, even though it's only takes me like an hour, because that sets the foundation for my day. So, what sets the foundation for your day? Does that mean you have to get up an hour earlier to meditate or to go take a walk in the woods, take that bike ride, whatever you need to do? Everybody's thing's different that they do. But a routine right now is just essential, and turning off the black box. And I know I'm talking to you on the black box, and I know that the computer and YouTube and social media is a way that we all stay connected. And it's a way that beautiful information can get out to so many people. And it's a way where news information that's not infiltrated, in a sense that's pure, can be shared. But at the same time, if you're not really diligent of your purpose for it and why you're on it and what you're doing, it can sidetrack, and it can suck up your whole day, and it can just pull you in, and it can lead you into information that really isn't true, that's disturbing. And so we have to be incredibly discerning as to why we're using it and when we're using it and for what purpose. And then take long periods of time where we close our computer if we're not working, and we close our phone, and we disconnect and we connect heart to heart. And by doing your Honopono with somebody or talking with them on an energetic level, maybe you can't communicate with some people right now because it's just too emotionally charged, right? Communicate to them on the spirit level. Close your eyes and say, I love you. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Or connect to them and just get everything off your chest on an energetic level and then cut those cords between you and heal them up and seal them up and put light into them, infuse sweet energy there. And then they'll start to call you and things will soften. We're really desperately all right now in need for sweetness. Like, what happened to just sweetness and gentleness and kindness and being there for people? I was talking to Casey the other day, and I've noticed that in our culture, we are working so hard on creating boundaries and taking care of ourselves. And that's so important because used to, so many of us anyway, been people pleasers and done so many things that were detrimental. But the pendulum sometimes swings too much to the other side, where it's like, oh, well, I can't do this and I can't do that because I have to take care of myself. And the boundaries get so big that we forget to love each other or be there for each other or show up for important things and just a sweetness. And then we wonder maybe when people aren't showing up for us, I wonder why. So, yeah, it's a balance, right? And tomorrow's equinox, and that's going to be that balancing energy of the light and the dark and the boundaries, the giving and the taking, right? Both. Like we give and we take in equal measure, coming into balance. So I'll be working today and meditating and connecting with the Divine Mother and all the goddesses to open up these 24 keys that Debashri had brought to my attention, um, and activate them as we hold this beautiful space for the new earth. Is that's all I know how to do. The only way I can show up to be of service and be to help right now. And if you want to join our community, it's pay as you wish. So there's no everybody's welcome, and we'll just hold each other in sweetness and tenderness and feel the Divine Mother just blanket us in love and nurture us, as we could all use a little nurturing right now, and come into balance and collectively decide where we're going and what vision we want to hold and not get caught up in so much drama, right? A lot of drama. So I love you, and like all of you, I'm just doing the best I can. Have had many moments in the last week of just purging, crying, deep sadness, grief. So yeah, I'm even going to cry now, because all of our human stuff it's like right here in our face, right? We got to deal with it. And so it's a time of reflection and reevaluation. What's important to us? Who's important to us? Where do we want to put our energy and attention? Where do we want to move forward? What is our vision for ourselves, for our community, for the new earth? Why are we here? All those things, they're really up for grabs. So I love you. I hope that when I finish talking now that you're going to turn off your computer and you're going to turn off your phone for the whole day as long as you can. And notice if you can't, like how much it pulls at you, how addicted you might be to it. I notice I'm like, oh, but I want to check that message, or oh, did I need to act it? No. Remember the days when we didn't have a phone? It was just on the wall with a little string and you'd stand in the kitchen. Let's let's bring some of that wholeness, that sweetness back and just be, okay? All right. I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the morning at 11 a.m. I'm going to put a link here below if people still want to join us for the equinox. And yeah, that's all I got. All right. Take care. Hang in for the eclipse. Um, just be in meditation, stillness, presence, joy, love, gratitude. If you can be amplifying what you're grateful for during the eclipse, that's going to carry you very far. All right. Take care. Much love to everybody. Talk soon. Bye.